Today we are dollar bin diving at one of my local shops, Conquest Comics in Bayville, New Jersey. They have a whole bunch of short boxes full of dollar books. Let's dive in and see what we can find. So we're back home now, and man, were those dollar bins stacked with great books. There was a lot of that typical dollar bin stuff, but I ended up finding over 50 comics that I think were pretty amazing finds. This shop never lets me down. I feel like every time I go diving through their dollar bins, I come home with really cool stuff. Sometimes I come home with keys and just great books that are definitely worth $1. But the fun thing is I paid less than $1 because they have a deal where the more you buy, the better the deal. I ended up paying $30 for 52 comics. That comes out to 57 cents per book, which I think is an outstanding deal. Let's get right into the haul. First off, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue 171, a little 30-cent ASM for less than $1. It's lower grade, could use a clean and a press, but that was a great find. Also, Doctor Strange 22, another Bronze Age book here with a great Frank Brunner cover. And now we're going to get into a run that they had a bunch of books of, which aren't the most valuable or anything too special, but this is a run I'm trying to complete. This is Rom the Space Knight, of course. There's issue 19, 32, 43. They had a bunch of them, so I grabbed them all. 44, 45, and actually, accidentally, I picked up 2 of those. A lot of these books do have like some flaws and some issues. They're not high grade or anything, but I just want to complete the run. I don't care if they're even low grade books. I just want the entire run, and I'm almost there. And I wasn't even sure what numbers I needed. That's a great cover, but I just grabbed them all because they were so cheap. So there's 52, 55, 56, 57. Some of these have some really great covers. 59. There's issue 60. This one's a cool cover there. 61, 62, 63, jumping up to 66. And then the last one here is 72. Really cool stuff. I mean, for less than $1 to help complete a run, I think these were great finds. All right, continuing on, we have The Champions, issue 17. I just thought it had a really cool Sentinels cover. Also, The Losers Special, issue number 1. I collect a lot of war books, so I figured I'd pick that one up. Also, some cool, like, Bronze Age, Sworded Sorcery stuff. Cole the Destroyer, 22. And a bunch of these amazing adventures. This one is issue 29, featuring Killraven. Issue number 30. I think all of these have like amazing covers. There's 31. Going down to 19. That's the War of the Worlds. Pretty cool there. Issue 25. So that's all of those. I also found Bat Thing, issue number 1 from Amalgam Comics. I think those are really cool. And I love this character. A mix between Man-Bat and Man-Thing. 2 awesome monster characters combined into one. How awesome. I even found some Bronze Age horror. Unexpected, issue 218. Look at this awesome alligator guy cover. That is really, really cool. And this one's not even in that bad of shape. Not too bad for 57 cents. Also, some Charlton horror, Ghost of Dr. Graves, issue 36. That one's low grade. I did find a cool little key, even though it's lower grade. I found Amazing Adventures 18, the first appearance of Killraven. It has a pretty soiled cover, unfortunately. But you know what? I grabbed it. I don't even care. I think it's cool. It's got a great cover. And when I find like Bronze Age Wonder Woman, I have to pick it up. So there's issue 249. And then also issue number 10. Great cover on that one. We got some cool Copper Age stuff like X-Men 300, the classic foil cover. This was a nice little find. New Mutants 87, first appearance of Cable, but as you notice, it has the gold background, which means it is a second printing. But still, still like worth about $10 or so. I did find a sensational She-Hulk issue 47. Kind of a funny cover, but that's a run that I do collect. Spawn 35. It has a couple spine ticks on it, but I found one Spawn book, so I just grabbed it. And now we're getting into like some like TV and cartoon stuff, which I just thought was awesome. Here is Welcome Back, Kotter, issue number 9. I don't know if anybody remembers that TV show. Here's one of my favorites, Real Ghostbusters. These are so cool. They're newsstands. They have a full color centerfold pinup inside, which is basically just the cover. This is issue 27. I actually found 2 of those. Accidentally grabbed both of them. But I'm not mad about that. Also found issue 28. Really cool stuff. These were some really great finds. When I find Archie Turtles, I get excited, especially when they're in the dollar bins. Newsstands. This is issue number 17. Really cool cover with like the sea turtle and the dolphin and stuff. This was an interesting one. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles presents the Mighty Mutant Animals, issue number 2. Very cool. I love TMNT. I love Turtles. I actually grabbed 2 of those, which is still cool. They had a bunch of them. They're lower grade, but they're still cool. Issue number 4, got Splinter and Shredder on the cover. This is a really cool cover as well. Issue number 20. Some of those later in the run are kind of hard to find as well. Here's issue number 16. And then last 3 books are actually Golden Age, which, yes, I found Golden Age books in the dollar bin. First one here is Walt Disney's Robin Hood. It's lower grade, but it's a little 10-cent Golden Age Dell book. I had to grab it. Also, we have Little Max by Joe Palooka Magazine, which is pretty cool. Little Harvey comic, 10 cent. I guess that's kind of like late Golden Age, early Silver Age. I'm not sure the year on that one. It does have a Comics Code Authority. And then I also found a Treasure Chest, Volume 14, issue number 3. So some 10-cent books, some, minor keys, some really cool stuff in the dollar bins today. I could not believe I found all of these books. Like I said, the more you buy, the better the deal. So I ended up getting over 50 comics for $30, which is just outstanding. I love going to this shop. They always have really cool stuff in the dollar bins. Most of the time, it's going to be low grade. If it's like Bronze Age or Silver Age or Golden Age. But you can find some great modern and copper books that are in high grade, if that's what you collect. I'm always hunting for the vintage stuff, and I do not mind grabbing lower grade stuff at, less than $1. So that is the video for today. Hope you enjoy checking out my dollar bin haul. I think it was pretty successful. Like I said, a great shop in my area. I have 2 shops in my area, and both of them are outstanding. I'm very lucky to have 2 really good shops that have great pricing, great inventory, and the owners of both shops are really cool guys. So that'll do it for today. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you can see when I upload my next video. And as always, I will see you on the next one.